So you have a bright business idea. Having a promising business idea is one of the most beautiful things that can happen to an entrepreneur. You are excited, emotional, passionate, optimistic, and very confident about the potential of your business idea. And sometimes you can't get any sleep at night because of how much excitement your business idea makes you feel. In my opinion, entrepreneurs are the most optimistic people in the world because I have never met a single entrepreneur who thinks their business idea will not work. The fact is, everybody has a different dream and reason for wanting to start a business. Most people want to start a business so they can make money. Some people want to make just enough money to be financially secure, while others want to become very rich. Some people do it for the fame, admiration, and recognition. Some do it for fulfillment and impact. Some do it because they want to quit a corporate job they hate so much. And some others do it for the freedom and flexibility that comes with becoming your own boss. Whatever your reason for wanting to start a business, one thing is clear. For any business idea to become a reality, you have to actually start the business. For your dreams to come true, that bright business idea has to come out of your head and be transformed into a real business. The problem with business ideas is that they are easy to have. They don't cost anything and you can have as many business ideas as you want. Having a business idea is easy and safe. You don't have to do any hard work or spend any money. You can procrastinate and fantasize for as long as you want. The business idea just sits inside your head. Sadly, while many people have business ideas, only a few people actually go ahead to transform their ideas into a real business. A lot of people spend their time dreaming, wishing, analyzing, and waiting for the right time, but never actually start the business. For some people, it's fear. For some, it's confusion and doubt. For some, it's a lack of knowledge, skills, or resources that's required to start a business. This free introduction course is for people who have bright and promising business ideas, but don't know how to start, where to start, or what to do. If you have one or several business ideas you're excited and passionate about, this introduction course will give you the confidence you need to start transforming your ideas into reality. Hi, I'm John Paul. For almost 10 years, I've been working with entrepreneurs in more than 50 countries to start and succeed in business. I've worked with entrepreneurs in a wide range of industries, from agriculture to real estate to fashion and financial services. I've written 2 books and published hundreds of articles on entrepreneurship, and I've also spoken on several media platforms and conferences on the topics of entrepreneurship and business. Personally, I have started a number of businesses that failed, and they taught me a lot of painful but very important lessons. And in this introductory course, using my personal experiences and my experience as a consultant, I'm going to teach you some important things I've learned the hard way about starting a business. The first place to start is to help you set realistic expectations. In my experience, when most people think about starting a business, this is the picture they have in their minds. They expect to start a business that makes sales, grows, and becomes profitable within a couple of weeks or months, or maybe within the first year. But the reality is, less than 10% of businesses actually start and perform like this. If you already have enough capital and resources, a winning product, waiting customers, a skilled and experienced team, and a bit of luck, maybe your journey will look like this. However, for 90% of people who start a business, the reality of the situation actually looks more like this. This is the part of the story that you don't see on glossy magazines and TV shows that feature the success stories of entrepreneurs. So, let me tell you more about this journey that you're about to take. On the y-axis are your motivation and cash, and on the x-axis is time. Also, the journey is divided into 3 phases. Phases 1, 2, and 3. And I need you to pay very close attention to the things I'm about to show you. At the beginning of the journey, when all you have is a bright business idea, your motivation is high, and you may have raised or saved a good amount of cash or capital to start the business. In order to start a business, most entrepreneurs will have to spend money before they actually make any money. I like to call this the pre-startup phase of your business journey. The pre-startup phase includes all the preparations and arrangements you need to get the business ready to serve customers. This may involve getting an office, a shop, agricultural land, a factory, or a new location. You may need to buy raw materials or invest in stock and inventory. You may need to hire employees. You may need to invest in market research and develop a prototype of your product. And for most types of businesses, you may have to spend a significant chunk of your cash even before the business starts making any sales. And very often, as your cash goes down, so does your motivation, and as panic and doubt set in. Now, after the pre-startup phase comes the startup phase. The startup phase is when your business goes live. You are either producing the product you want to sell, or you're ready to start selling the finished products to customers. The biggest problem in the startup phase is usually customers. As a new business, nobody really knows you, and you are likely to initially struggle to make enough sales and bring cash into your business. At this point, most startup businesses spend more money than they make, so they gradually enter a region known as the Valley of Death. At this point, the business is in survival mode. The Valley of Death is where a lot of young businesses die, and they die for two big reasons. It's either they run out of cash or capital, or they are unable to find customers and make enough sales that bring money into the business. So, to make it out of the Valley of Death, you have two options. You can either raise more capital from outside to support the business, or focus on attracting customers and making sales that bring enough cash into the business. Now, those startups that are able to generate more cash than they spend are able to rise out of the Valley of Death and enter the growth phase. Businesses in the growth phase are steadily attracting more customers, making more sales, and may have become cash flow positive or profitable. The growth phase is the most exciting part of your journey, and it's where you want your business to be. It's where every business wants to be. Even though growth comes with its own set of challenges, which are beyond the scope of this course, the goal of every entrepreneur should be to survive the Valley of Death at the critical beginning of your journey and enter into the growth phase of the business. So, if you're about to start a business, this is likely the kind of journey that lies ahead of you. The reality is, all businesses are not equal, and every entrepreneur's journey is unique. Some startup businesses avoid the Valley of Death by raising enough capital from investors or finance providers like banks, friends and family, and other sources. Some types of businesses avoid the Valley of Death because they are able to start making sales early enough and attract enough customers soon after the business launches and goes live. Therefore, the type of business you choose to start will play a big role in your success or failure along this journey. So, before you start a business and begin this journey, there are 6 very important things you need to know. And if you have several business ideas but don't know which one to choose, these 6 factors could help you make a decision or get closer to pruning down the options you have. Number 1, some businesses take more time before they take off. This is natural. If you're starting a business in an industry like mining or plantation-based agriculture, it can take several years before the business can start making any money. Also, if your business involves research or the development of new products or services that are unfamiliar to the market, it can take some time before the market becomes used to your products. Also, new businesses in very competitive markets can take time before they take off, because it can be hard to break the habit and loyalty of consumers to their existing providers and brands. In my experience, some types of businesses require more patience than others. Therefore, if the main reason you start the business is to make money, you are likely to lose patience and give up before the business actually takes off. Second, some businesses are more capital intensive than others. For example, businesses that involve the production or sale of physical products typically require more capital to start and run. Businesses like manufacturing, recycling, bulk import or export of physical goods, mining, real estate, agriculture, and retail are naturally more capital intensive. Also, asset-based service businesses like transportation, leasing, printing, healthcare, and formal school education require more capital to start. However, knowledge-based businesses like consulting, training, agency, commission-based sales, arbitrage, and digital products and services like software, books, databases, and market reports are typically less capital intensive if you have the knowledge and skills to produce them. So, if you have two good and competing business ideas, the less capital intensive one will likely be easier to start. If you're thinking of starting a capital intensive business, you need to learn the skill of raising capital and attracting funding from outside sources, because the capital you have may just not be enough to support that business and get you out of the valley of death. I'll tell you more about raising capital in the next lesson. Third, some businesses are less profitable than others. For example, businesses in retail, utilities, and raw agricultural commodities typically have low unit margins and need large volumes of sales to be profitable. So, in order to be successful, you need to be patient with these kinds of businesses. Therefore, if profit is your main motivator for starting the business, you are very likely going to be very frustrating if the profits are not coming in like you had expected. In case you didn't know, Amazon, which is the world's biggest retailer, didn't make any profit for 7 years after the company started. Today, Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, is one of the world's richest men. So if you're in a low margin business, patience should be one of your strongest virtues. Fourth, some businesses are naturally harder and more stressful than others. If you're going to start a business in restaurants, retail, hospitality, agriculture, construction, and a number of others, it's likely you will require a hands-on approach, either on the production side of making the product or delivering the service, or on the sales side that deals with customers. The early days of such businesses will often require a lot of your time and energy, and you may need to work long hours and weekends. Therefore, if you're not excited and passionate about the business, you are likely to quit under the stress. And if the key motivator for starting the business is money or profit, you're unlikely to stick with the business during the early hard times. The fifth thing you should know is that some businesses require special access, knowledge, skills, and expertise. One of the most dangerous things you can do as an entrepreneur is to start a business in an industry you know very little about. Industries like pharmaceuticals, healthcare, mining, shipping, airlines, and banking are just a few examples of businesses that require specialist knowledge, access, and skills. That's why these industries are regulated and heavily regulated by the government in many countries. If you start a business in one of these industries and you don't know what you're doing, you're very likely to lose a lot of money and time. And in some cases, you could go to jail, if your ignorance causes serious harm or loss of life. And finally, the sixth thing you should know is that some businesses will not find enough customers to make it out of the valley of death. Studies by CB Insights show that almost half of young businesses that fail because they couldn't find customers. Just think about this for a moment. These are businesses that were started by excited, passionate, and optimistic entrepreneurs like you, who were very confident that their business idea had potential. Some of these entrepreneurs actually thought that their business ideas would make them a lot of money. The reality is, it doesn't matter how advanced, unique, or innovative your idea is or your product is if nobody wants to buy it. That's why you need to validate your business idea before you actually start a business. And inside the advanced program, I'm going to show you strategies you can use to confirm if there is a strong enough demand for your product or service before you actually invest your time, energy, and money in starting a business. So in the next lesson, I'm going to be showing you the 6 most important things you need to successfully start a business. If you're missing one or several of these tools, then it's very likely you could run into problems as you start your business. You really don't want to miss the next lesson. But before I end this lesson, I need you to do something. Head over to the comment section below this video and tell me what type of business you want to start, and more importantly, why you want to start that business. If your comment is interesting enough, I could pitch in and give you some feedback. Also, more importantly, I need you to do somebody a favor. Use the social media buttons below this video to share this important lesson with your friends, family, and people who follow you on social media and people you care about. A lot of people out there have beautiful business ideas but have no clue how to transform their ideas into a live business. A lot of other people are starting businesses the wrong way, and it's going to cost them. They're going to lose their money, they're going to lose their time, and they're going to end up with a lot of regret. So share this lesson with all the people around you, and I'm sure they'll be grateful to you forever. See you in the next lesson. Cheers.